Everybody get their blood work done? Yeah. Fantastic. Blood work is kind of personal, so if you guys have questions about that you'd like to share with the group, I'm happy to address it, but I would like to talk to each of you individually about that stuff. You can send it over to me. I'll take a review through and I can email you back some individual thoughts on it, and we can have a discussion either over the phone or in person and do that. But does anybody have anything that they wanted to share with the group that they thought might be valuable? No? Cool. Good stuff. Yeah. Now digestion. This is a bit of a sensitive one to talk about. How y'all pooping? It's a good one to talk about. So a couple things that can be happening. If we run into a loose stool issue here, it can be caused by a couple of things. One, if you were drinking before and now you are not, that can cause a change in your gut biome. If you were eating a bunch of sugar or a bunch of dairy before or a bunch of bread, now you're not. There is a gut flora, bacteria in your gut that is going to change over in species, if you will, and that should kind of level out on its own. If it's not, there are some things that we can do to help that out. Probiotics. Probiotics are great things that can help with getting good bacteria into your gut, into your intestines. And this is just kind of a good general gut health thing. Now, do you guys know that most of your immune system is in your digestive tract? Kind of interesting, right? And these little guys help us digest food and as well as protect us against all sorts of assailants coming from the outside. Some of my favorites, they're very low tech. Bubby's pickles. Bubby's kosher dill pickles. They're fantastic. They're delicious. They're also made in a saltwater brine instead of vinegar. And they're fermented, meaning they've got live cultures in them. And so we can get some probiotic supplements. They're very expensive. And they're typically in like millions of organisms per dose. Bubby's, it's probably closer to billions. It's just a much, much higher dose in natural probiotic foods. So Bubby's kosher dill pickles are fantastic. Some other things that we can look at. There's actually a product gaining some popularity called Gut Shot now. They sell it at Whole Foods, Sprouts, etc. It's fantastic. It's just a probiotic drink that's really good. We can start looking into some kombucha, which is a delicious tea that is fermented. It's a little bit sparkling. It's great. There is a carbohydrate content to kombucha, so just be aware of it. Some of them are more sugary than others. If you're not used to it, it might smell like feet at first, but it tastes pretty good. I like it. And then kind of the last one. Some kimchi or sauerkraut. I kind of mashed the words on, or the letters on that one because I don't really know how to spell sauerkraut off the top of my head. I think that's it. But kimchi and sauerkraut, get the good stuff. They sell some good ones. The Wild Brine brand at Sprouts I know is really good. I can speak personally to that. It's tasty. But lots of good probiotics in this stuff that can help straighten you out. Also, if you're not eating your vegetables, that can be an issue. We need vegetables. The fiber in the vegetables very much slows things down. We need some time in the digestive tract. We call time to ingestion to time to elimination. That's transit time. And so we'd like something in a ballpark of about 16 hours. You can test this thing if you really wanted to by eating a bunch of red beets and then notice when they exit. Like I mentioned, it's not everybody's favorite topic, but it's important to understand that the timing of this stuff has huge implications for what is getting digested. Because if things are flowing through you rapidly, your body is just getting the carbohydrates. A little bit slower, they get carbohydrates and proteins, and then slowest, we get carbohydrate, protein, and fat. But fat takes a long time to digest.
What's the ideal time?
We want them 16 hours or so.
16?
Yeah. 12 to 16 hours is typically, anything less than that, and there's typically something going on. That you're eating something that's irritating your digestive tract. And yeah, so test it out. It's kind of cool. 24 hours is fine. Some people are very clockwork 24 hours, and that's great. some other stuff going on. If this doesn't seem to do it, we may also look into something called digestive enzymes. And so is anybody without their gallbladder? Okay, cool. I didn't think so, because people typically bring that up when they look at the amount of fat that they're eating in their diet, and they're like, whoa. But digestive enzymes can be great. You know, if we're having a digestive issue, throwing some digestive enzymes on top of that can very much help, because it helps break down some of the things that we're eating. It's got protease, which breaks down protein, lipase, which breaks down fats, and then some others that break down carbohydrates. Carbohydrates typically break down on their own, though. Most people don't have a problem with that, but digestive enzymes can be very helpful for us. So if you have more questions about that, we can talk about it. But this is typically a great place to start as far as like getting the plumbing really right, once we've changed our diet over, and that gut flora is kind of going like, this is not the food we're used to getting. We don't like this. And like some of your gut flora is like, yeah, sweet, vegetables and meat. And the rest of it's like, where's the beer? It's not really how it works, but it's a nice visual, right? Other questions? Chris looks a little bit alarmed at my attempts at humor. I won't do it again, I promise. Cool, guys. So we've changed our meal templates if we need to. We understand our bracketed ranges for gain or loss coming in this next week. Is anybody having trouble with meal prep? How long is meal prep taking? I did 4 days of food in 15 minutes. I dare you to beat that.
I've kind of broken it up.
How? Yeah. So this is my process that I used on Sunday. 4 packages of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And so I walk into the kitchen. Timer starts. Turn the oven on. It's preheating. Cookie sheet. Put aluminum foil on it. Take those 4 things of chicken thighs, cut them open, just turn them upside down on the cookie sheet. Don't have to spread them out or anything. Just leave it alone. And then I take spicing grinder, grind some spices all over it. The stuff at Trader Joe's is great. They've got an everyday seasoning that's wonderful. If they bring back that South African smoke, it's amazing. You should buy that up immediately. They don't have it anymore, but it was awesome. Do that? Cool. That sits aside. Next up, cookie sheet. Boom. Aluminum foil. Brussels sprouts. Bang. On there. Light spray of olive oil and some lemon pepper on it. Done. Another cookie sheet. Aluminum foil. Potatoes. Quarter those little potatoes that they've got. Quarter those, fill up the baking sheet, psh, light spray of coconut oil, and some sea salt on there, a little pepper, in the oven. 45 minutes later, deliciousness.
It's like a challenge for you, isn't it?
What's that?
It's a challenge for you. Like, can I beat my time?
No, I really did, because I have athletes that bitch, and they're like, it takes me 4 hours to meal prep. And I'm like, what are you doing while you're meal prepping? Like, what else could you possibly be doing?
What about your fats and your vegetables?
What do you mean? Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
The vegetables, you just cut them up fresh as you
No, I buy them cut up.
already cut up. Okay.
Buy them already cut up. Trader Joe's is great for that. They've got already chopped up Brussels sprouts. They've got broccoli florets. They've got cauliflower. They've got all sorts of stuff that you can just roast them. It's wonderful. It's easy. During the summertime, I tend to get away from the oven a little bit, and I go more to the grill and more of a salad type setup for greens and stuff like that. But for fats, I should add fats later. At the time of eating, I'll heat it up and then put olive oil on it and eat. Yeah. Questions? Anybody got anything, any mind-blowing processes for food prep they really like? No? Stuff. It's a wrap. Go forth and be awesome.